where do I start this video? Well, what I don't want to do in this video is cough, because it's damp and rainy. It says 10 degrees 50 Fahrenheit, but don't be fooled by a dumb thermometer needle attached to a spring. So I've got good news, and I've got not so good news. The good news is timer. Crank her up.
Are bigger and more ready, and possibly.
The bad news is this Kenwood Model 11.2 is junk. The good news is the seller's taking it back. Kind of sort of, because on eBay you don't have a choice.
But you can leave them out there and have Brussels sprouts. I've had them.
Brussels sprouts? Phono 2, no Phono 1, and it shouldn't be playing if I have it on Phono. Now should it?
You know, speaking of bugs, there's probably some cabbage moths in there.
Cabbage moths! Hang on a second.
Thanks for tuning in to Here and Now.
There we go. 1 KLH rusty speaker. And I'll fill you in as we go along. I'm going to try drag this out. So here's the deal. I bought this on eBay, and the picture showed various marks and gouges and scratches and delamination. And I had it delivered, and you saw me open the box. But it's a lot worse in real life person. It's dingy. It looks like it's led its last few years of its life in a shed or a storage unit or a barn or a damp basement. Some of the jacks have light corrosion. There's fur all over the place, animal fur. It's a shame. This, in its day, was the top of the line Kenwood. If not the best, one of the best. There's an 11.2, 11.3, there's the 9GX. Anyhow, I got my turntable working, but I can't show you how it works on the Kenwood because the selector is dead. The button has its detents, but the disc in the back that selects between the various electrical contacts is disconnected, stripped, broken, whatever. So I can do that all I want, and most of the lights work, but not all. So what I can do, I can continue to tell you what's going to happen with this Kenwood. And once I hook up the speaker, we can stop listening to classical, which I love. I don't listen to it anymore because I got news on my mind. You don't have to blare the news either, but you got to blare classical to enjoy it. Seems how I only have 1 KLH speaker. Got a couple of JVCs or something. Kenwood speakers the guy's got an hour away, but he's away out of town, so I gotta wait for him to return for me to buy them. So in the meantime, I emailed this guy with the Kenwood, and I told him his receiver's dingy and the tuner knob wobbles. He said he'll file a claim with the shipper. I said, shipping isn't the problem. The receiver's junk. It should have been sold as a barn find as is. And power's on. Most lights work, but not all. There's no light in the needle. Should be an indicator light. See how the JVC lights up a little lamp. When you hit the tuner, it shines a little light. See that little light? When you put it on phono, the light stays on. I thought it went away. Anyhow, JVC was 150 bucks, tax included, and I like it. I'm happy with it. It was a nice, clean, well-maintained unit. Either it was cleaned or all was well-maintained. Just had to do a little bit of tinkering with this, which was really nothing. They all got some little problem. Plus, I bought it from a pawn shop. But this Kenwood has seen better days. So, phono. This classical music goes on forever. So I got a speaker hooked up. Well, actually, that's the antenna I just hooked up to the speaker. It's broadcasting through the antenna. That'll be interesting. Let me turn this off. shouldn't run it without speakers. Let's see if I can put the speakers into the speaker outlets instead of the antenna. I'll show you the good news. It's still powered on. I'm nice to this equipment. Anyways, this is bulletproof stuff. You can't ruin this. Like the crap they sell at Aldi's now. Whoop! Got the belt in the mail. Of course, I'm going to get a copyright infraction. Let's see now. Speaker 1, speaker 2, phono. Oop! Gotta plug the phono in. That would help. Ooh. I just got an unsolicited phone call, and I hear an echo in the background. You could tell it was some switch box or whatever. Hi, I'd like to have you. This is the Democratic for Farfafier. Who? Oh, it was the Democratic guy, and he got the name wrong. He said he mispronounced the name so badly, and I'll leave the names out. He mispronounced the guy's name so badly, my Democratic candidate, that I thought it was my neighbor who's a slumlord. Not this neighbor, but another neighbor. I said, I'm never going to vote for someone based on a phone call. And get the name straight. Oh, boy. Probably a volunteer. There we go. Oh, got a nice hum there. I got to hook up the ground wire. Give me a second. Crackle, crackle, pop, pop. There goes the whole orchestra. Love it. Got a sample. Can't play it for more than 15 seconds. Boom, 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 boom. I got a cure, but I haven't got the patience. Anyways, who cares? The record costs 50 cents. What do we got here? Okay. Around. Mono. Oh, wrong one. This one's junk. This one. Dusty. 20 years in the barn. 1 power meter. Amazing, huh? Found it in the trash. Out at the curb. New belt, $6.87. A little beat up. Had some little bumper things on it. But for $7, can't beat that, huh? What else we got here? I'll tell you the rest of the story in a second. Getting fingerprints on it. Doesn't matter. Junk record albums. Need bass. Sitting in the morning sun. So anyhow, I emailed the seller through the eBay messaging system. I said, your receiver's junk. He says, well, I'm going to file a claim with the shipper. That thing was perfect when I went in the box. I said, sorry, buddy. The box was so well packed, took me half an hour to unpack it. As a matter of fact, I got the whole thing on video. Your shipper is not the problem. Well, I'll just take it up with the shipper. I said, you do what you want, but I want my money back plus the shipping in both directions. It costs $43 to get it here and whatever it's going to cost to get it back to this guy in Pennsylvania. So I'm going to disconnect it. I've never heard this version by Glenn Campbell. Never heard it. Pacific Coast Highway, Burt Bacharach. Less of Me, The Straight Line, or The Straight Life. Yeah, Glenn Campbell's not doing well. Alzheimer's. Progresses slowly. Shame. Nice man. Oh, that speaker sounds so bad. Sometimes I imagine myself. It's hard to believe this isn't a Chevy album. On the move. Chevrolet. think it'd be my 409 or something, but they got to be modern. 409 was from 1963, and it was actually a 348. I heard an interview probably 30 years ago or 40 years ago where the Beach Boys said it was a 348 they were revving up. It wasn't a 409. Kissing cousins, though. Or does that sound bad? Whoa! Needs to be reconed. I found somebody an hour away that does repairs for 25 bucks an hour, and he's got a good reputation. 25 bucks an hour, does whatever you want, stops whenever you want. So this thing's junk, it's going back. This thing just needs nothing. I think I fixed this. Doesn't really need anything. My Sony that I bought at a garage sale, I don't know where it came from, but it's got a wobbly selector knob. I don't know if that's fixable. And the Kai I haven't powered up yet. The Marantz, I had it serviced 15 years ago, but it needs a lamp. They have an LED conversion now, but Marantz's are freaking gold. If I want to keep this thing, I think I paid 50 bucks for it, maybe 100 plus 50 to fix it. It's got a bit of a scratch there. And then I've got a couple of tuners. This one powers up, but the lights don't go on. Just needs a small adjustment to the switch or whatever one of these switches. It sends the current to the lamps. Oh, does that sound bad? And my 8-track worked well for an hour, and then junk. 8 2-tapes. Luckily they only cost 3 for $1. So my Zenith is junk. I paid 35 bucks for this. I go back and tell the guy I want $10 off because it eats tapes. Oh man, you buy things on Craigslist, old stuff, you take a chance. This guy did not write as is in his ad, can you believe it? So admire the lamps one last time. I'm going to shop for another one, but this one's definitely going back in the box. And would you believe it's 2:40 and I haven't taken Muggs for a walk yet? Took him last night at 9 or 10 o'clock, but he hasn't been outside yet. He doesn't even ask. Alright, back in the box it goes, and I've got my parts for Spike Punk. He asked me to get him a few diesel parts, PMD, and I got it, so enjoy the light show, folks. Volume down. And I'm going to keep on shopping for more junk. I've got 3 more units coming. A Yamaha CR220, a Toshiba 1080 tomorrow, and I've got a Kenwood KR790 that kind of resembles this, but it's much bigger. I've got that in Florida. I'll pick that up in the spring, and you can come with me on my road trip. Too bad I'm not with Billy. He's having a good time in Arizona. I wish. I need new speakers. Enjoy the colors, because it will be gone in a minute. Whoa! So, 15 minutes later, it's all bubble wrapped to death. Now, I'm going to try and put it in the box without... It is heavy. That's what I wanted. Heavy. So, this camera is very lopsided. It's hard to get it just where I want it. Yep, right on the edge of falling over onto the ceramic tile floor. So I'm going to flip it so it's right side up. Took out some more of the peanuts. So it's sitting in a little bed of peanuts. Yes. So bedded in. Just like when you're putting windows in or ceramic tile. And I'll use my very unscientific way of putting more peanuts in. Drop them out of the bag. Half them end up on the floor. You do an awfully good job, peanuts, but it's an awfully big mess. Peanuts somewhere in another bag. Don't tell me the guy that shipped this didn't do a good job. You get all these peanuts, and I did put an extra wrapping of bubble wrap when I tore the bubble wrap. Subway good sandwiches. When I tore the bubble wrap, I wasn't able to wrap it around the unit the way it had been, and the guy used fresh wrap. I'll be using a machine to flip this thing because it was a professional packing center that wrapped this thing up. So, can't believe the guy's going to take it up with the shipper. He said some people claim the unit was damaged when it wasn't, and they try to get extra money or bring things back, and I'm thinking, well, yeah, that's a possibility, but I think this guy's doing the same thing as he's saying other people might do. They're having second thoughts. I don't have second thoughts. This thing is dingy. I wrote him in my note to him. It looks like it was bought at an auction or out of a locker, or maybe sitting in a musty basement. So back it goes. I get to keep 1 box of peanuts. That's my bonus. Yep. 1 bag of peanuts that won't fit in the box. Wrap it up, bring it to the post office, and waste 1 hour. Getting it ready to be shipped back. And here's the new scene. No more Kenwood. There's room for a Toshiba. I'll get that at Thanksgiving. Maybe buy something else in between. Because Mrs. CW ain't here. And it's the bachelor life, even though her mother's watching. I have to talk really slowly because the people that watch my videos are kind of dumb and
Nice guy.
yeah, they're going to be mad at me now.
I'm putting the label on for you.
Yeah, there goes the label.
Alright, so there's your label. It's going FedEx ground. And there's the address it's going to.
Just have one question.
Mm-hmm.
How do you control the guy in the back that throws the boxes around? You have him chained to the wall
The
so
guy in the back?
that throws the boxes
Oh,
around?
we don't have a guy in the back. It's all females here, and we're very careful with the packages. We're not strong enough to throw them around.
Consumer Reports magazine, Condemner Reports.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson. He's dead. A lot of good that did him, huh? Singing. Consumer Reports put a motion sensor in boxes, and they mailed stuff, and they found out when they put a fragile label on it, got worse treatment. They put a motion sensor in the boxes and mailed them all over the country.
See, I have a fix for that. We know that happens. So, what I do is if it's something fragile, I put up arrows on all sides, but I don't put fragile because then people are like, well, how come this side has to be up? What's in it that it can't be flipped over? And then they're kind of worried about what's in the box, and then they're more careful.
Put live chickens on it or something on the box.
Oh my
like
god, they
live,
tap it and be like, is that
live
chickens?
chickens.
We've actually sent some things, what was it? They were, I guess it was like, kind of like feeder fish that, they weren't fish, they were like cockroaches or something, but like you could hear them moving around in the box. And I'm like, oh my god, there's something alive
I
in this
dumpster
box.
dive for a living, unfortunately, and one day my dumpster was chirping. Chirp, 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 chirp,
Oh
chirp.
really?
I dug through for 20 minutes until I found that it was an electronic mouse.
Oh,
I thought it was real.
You're
I
like,
thought
oh,
there was a
wow.
poor little mouse.
I have to save it.
Yeah,
I would do that too.
The coffee ground, I did it. So
I would
right, it's
totally
going
do
off
it.
to
It's
back where it
going
came
out,
from.
And it has everything, the phone number, it's going ground.
Yeah,
So
and it only cost me
Thank
$30
you.
because I got a great discount.
Yes.
Thank you.
Woohoo!
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween to you too.